Hello students, today we will study one of the most important topic of the maths, that is of geometry, right? This is a very important point in the sense that you oftenly use this term geometry. This is a useful topic for standard 8, 9 and 10. Okay, so whenever you study this chapter geometry in any standard, then some of the basic terms that is related to geometry that you have to study. So this lecture is for that thing, right? So first of all, we have the question is that what is a geometry? Geometry is a branch in the mathematics. Like we have a branch of arithmetic in which what we used to do, we used to apply the basic maths operation like addition, subtraction, division and multiplication. Right? So that is a branch that is called the arithmetic branch. In the same way, there is also another branch of the maths, that is geometry. So what is the meaning of geometry? The meaning of geo, this total word geometry is actually divided into two parts. One part geo, that means the earth, and the second part metry, that means the measure. So the meaning of geometry is to measure, measurement of earth or earth measure. Okay. So whenever we want to use this geometry term, the very basic element of the geometry is a point. The first terminology that we have to study about this geometry is a point. And the point is called the very basic element of the geometry. This is the sign of the point, a single dot, right? Like if you use a pen and point on your paper, then that will become this point, a very basic element. This point has a no dimension, like it has no length, no breadth, no height, nothing. That is why we used to tell it a zero dimension quantity, right? Zero dimension, 0D. So this is the very basic element, point. All the other terminology that we want to study next, all are depend on this point. Like second one is a line segment. So line segment, what we used to call the line segment. See, we have a basic element point. If we put together this point in this way, point in a straight line, then what will happen? It will become this kind of line, straight line, and that we used to call as a line segment. So what the line segment is made of? The line segment is made of the points, right? So now this is some kind of a collection of points, and that we used to call as a line segment, right? Like your scale is also has some kind of length, some finite length, like it has a 6 centimeter or 12 centimeter, and that line segment has a one dimension now. So what will happen if we put the dots in the straight line? From it is converted from 0 dimension to 1 dimension. It has a now one length, like you can say it is a 2 centimeter long, it is a 5 centimeter long, right? You can say it either length or breadth or height. You can also say like this is a height, or it is a breadth, or it is a height or length. Out of these three, you can say anything to this line segment. But how many dimension it has? Only one. Okay. Now the next terminology, that is array. Now what is array? Ray is a kind of line segment, but it one point is fixed, like this point is fixed, but right hand side this line segment is continuing itself. That means there is a no end at the right hand side. So how we can draw that kind of ray which has a one end point and other side we don't know. That is why to limited that area, limited that ray, we use this arrow. The arrow indicates that this line segment is continuing itself and it is never ending, right? So it is a one side, it is ending, other side it is never ending. Okay, so this type of symbol is used for ray. It is again a one dimension quantity, right? Now what is the example of a ray? The example of a ray is like your bulb. From the bulb, as we know that the line, the ray of the lights come out from the bulb. So bulb is this fixed point, and the ray of light, we don't know at how much distance it can go, right? So in the same way we can use it, or we can define the ray as the, we can give an example of the ray as a bulb or tube light, or we can also say a sun, like all the lights comes from the sun from all the direction. So the one point is a fixed, that is sun, and the ray of sun is going in all the direction, and how much distance it can go, that we don't know. Okay, so that is all about the ray. The fourth terminology is a line. What is a line? Line is again a line segment, but here you can see that there is a both side of arrow. That means this line segment is both side never ending. Both side it will goes to the infinite, right? The ray is fixed for one point and goes only one side up to infinite, but the line is a line segment which goes both the side up to infinite, right? So for this we can take an example, like we are used to say number line, where we have to represent all the numbers on the number line, and that number line is also continuously going both the side, never ending. Okay, so this is about the line. This is also a one dimension. Now we here I have said that if we put all the points together, then we can make a line, array, and a line segment, array, and line. But is it compulsory to put all the points in a straight line? No. What happens if I put all these points in this pattern? Then it will become a curve. Like this curve is called a circle. In the same way, you can make any type of curves, right? So what is curve? Curve is a shape which have this type of line, right? Which do not have the straight line, but the lines which are not straight line are called the curve. And one of the example of curve is a circle. Like in this circle, you can see that there is a no straight line, but yes, it is made of the points. These all are the points. Okay, so this circle is also a two-dimensional figure. Okay, now here up to this we have taken only one straight line, and all the shapes are of one dimension. In this curve we get the two-dimension shape. So is it possible for the lines to get a two-dimension shape? Yes, that is angle. Right? How we made this angle is made? See, the angle is made of two rays. One is this and one is this. For both the rays, this fixed point is a common. For both the rays, the fixed point is common, and both the lines are going into different directions. Both the rays are going into the different directions, right? So here what will become? This is become an angle. So this is a two-dimension quantity. Yes. Can we close this angle? No, we cannot close this angle because they both are going into the different direction. So how to make a closed figure? Using the straight line. To make the closed figure using the straight line, we have to use the terminology that is called a triangle. Triangle is a shape which is called as a closed shape, because you can see that this is a one line segment, this is another line segment, and this is third line segment. So using the three lines only, we can make a closed figure, right? Whenever we have to use the straight line, minimum three lines are required to make the closed shape. And the very first closed shape is called as a triangle. Here also this is a two-dimension figure, right? What do you mean actually by two-dimension figure? Two-dimension figure means the plane figure, like your paper of the notebook. It is also a two-dimension figure because it has only length and breadth. This board is also a two-dimension figure. It has only height and length. So this type of shapes are called the two-dimension shapes. Okay, the next one is a quadrilateral. Here you can notice one thing, triangle. This is a single angle. Tri means three, angle means angle. Three angles, three angles. Here you can see that this is the one angle, second angle and third angle. That is why it is called as a triangle. Now the eighth one is a quadrilateral. Now quadrilateral is also made of two words, quad and lateral. Quad means four and lateral means side. Four side. See, this is the first side, second side, third side and fourth side. Right? So this is what we used to call a quadrilateral, and it is also a two-dimension shape. It has a height and length. Okay? So this is quadrilateral. It is made of four line segment. Okay. Now the next shape is of cube. Let's take one example of a 3D shape. Till now we have shown 0D shape, 1D shape, 2D shapes, 3-dimension shapes. Now we will study the 3-dimension shape. This is a 3-dimension shape. It is a cube. So in this way we can draw a cube. It has a length, breadth and height. 3 dimensions that are called length, breadth and height. Right? L, B and H. So this is a 3D kind of shape. We can take some of the examples like you have a water bottle, it is a 3D shape. If you have this type of cube for the playing, you may have used it to play. That is also a shape of cube. So this all the things are of 3D shapes. Okay. So from where we have to start? We start from the basic element, that is a point, and it is a 0 dimension. So as we move forward, we get the first dimension for this shape. If we move forward, we get the second dimension, and as we move forward, we get the third dimension. Right? So in this way, we can understand the basic terminology related to the geometry. Okay? So this is all about this lecture. Okay? Thank you.